some money.
It's the most beautiful story. And this is something that, for me as a director, I looked at it and I couldn't put the script down. And when I read it, I laughed and I cried and I said, I have to be part of telling this story.
Based on a true story of 4 women in the 1920s, the play follows Katherine Donahue and her co-workers in a watch factory who, over time, get sick with radium poisoning, which eventually leads to an important lawsuit.
These women changed everything about what we look at for labor laws in the United States. You know, these women were taught to paint watch dials by licking the tip of a paintbrush, dipping it in radium powder, and painting the dial. And they repeated this process over and over again. That's how they got sick. The women who portray these dial painters actually have taken on physicality completely based off of the descriptions that were in the book. So you'll see that too when you're watching the show.
Emily, our director, approached me at the very beginning of this process, and she had this incredible vision of starting all of the 4 girls, the 4 main girls, in bright, beautiful colors and having them fade scene by scene, showing that they get sicker and duller. And for my clothes, they're gonna get bigger and wider as she's withering away through her death, basically.
Loving newlyweds Katherine and Tom Donahue are played by actors Kimberly Lehmans and Caleb Neat, who explains that the play reflects a particular important time period in American history.
The story being told is what needed to happen and what was necessary, and what the women did was what absolutely, changed things. So I don't think that there's a lot of animosity towards men in general or something. It's just kind of a commentary on the times and how sometimes things just need to happen and things need to change, and there's certain people who step up and do it.
By now, you may be expecting a dark ending to these shining lives, but director Katie begs to differ.
These women wanted nothing more than to protect other people. So they left behind a legacy. And it's a beautiful, beautiful legacy. And so, yes, it's sad, and you will need tissue, I guarantee it. Every time we get to the final scene, I cry. But it is literally the most beautiful, beautiful, heart-wrenching story. And all that you can do when you watch that, all you can do is just say thank you, And that's what it is every single time. Every time that they walk to the front of that stage, and every single time they stand together at the very end of the show, I cry because it is so exquisitely beautiful. They tell it so well.
These Shining Lives runs through October 13th at the CTC Theater on Greenwood and Bend. Showtimes 7:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, and Sunday matinees at 2. Get more info at cascadestheatrical.org.
You better come see this show, because if you don't, you will regret it for the rest of your life.
Oh, who would have loved this job?